Hello, and welcome to LRR Headquarters. I am your host, Birdie Got Your Tongue. Today's top story. The armies of Nagoroth have begun their attack on Ulflan. Entire cities destroyed. But first, sports. I am joined today by the coach of the Snowdogs, Snowdog.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, yes, I'm Snowdog, otherwise known as Burly Dad.
Old Burly Dad, or the old man.
No, not old man, no.
Old man,
I refuse to be old. I may remember the moon landing of 48 years ago yesterday, but I'm not old.
And Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, Star Wars 77,
yeah, all of that good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
So, we did miss week 4, because it's now week 5.
Well, I didn't miss it, I was there.
Well, I wasn't, so we're going to talk, we're going to mix these weeks together, so week 4 and 5. So
week 4, I'm just going to look at the scoreboards right now for that. It was an incredible week. It's possibly the highest scoring week so far, because there was actually 12 touchdowns scored, although 2 of them were in the bye week one, so it's 10 touchdowns through 3 matches, which is incredible.
It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I mean, going through the scores, it says a lot. I mean, one of the necromantic teams, the Romantic Necros, which shows our plate's team, they drew 1-1 with Deseran's Overlord's army.
And that is a very good feat indeed.
Yes, it is. It is.
And then there's our match.
Our match was rather interesting.
Yeah, I actually scored!
In fact, it's your highest scoring match because you scored twice.
I did.
And still lost.
Yeah,
Snowdogs won 3-2. I mean, I think I was 3-0 up at one stage, and then your luck changed.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I was.
Was it 3-0 and then I just got those 2?
Yeah, it was just in the... I mean, we were literally halfway through the second half. I was winning 3-0, thinking I was going to take it 4-0. Then I had a drop or a fumble or something near your end zone.
Oh, and I just took it over.
You picked it up, took it down the other end, and within the last half of the second half, you scored twice, and your luck turned around from being the worst luck ever in the league to actually being really good.
Let's not beat about the bush. The worst luck in Blood Bowl history, let's be honest.
Nuffle hated you. But I think Nuffle did it to sort of like show how powerful he is, that he could take the mighty owls down.
Maybe. But then again, this is the first time the owls have been around. Maybe he's a read of the future or something. We don't know. Necro World versus Future Handbags, week 4. Future Handbags absolutely decimated Necro World.
Now, this is amazing for 2 reasons. One of the reasons we'll get onto later about the Future Handbags, but the other one is that is the only game that Necro World have lost. And all their other games have been wins. They've not drawn once. So to have that for the Handbags to beat Necro World was really some challenge, although the Handbags are an incredibly strong team.
They are amazingly tough. I'm not going to lie. Very, very tough. And Volcanic Bulls had their bye week, so that means DJ had a week off, went to the beach, probably did some shopping or something. I don't know.
Well, that's or plotted his plans for taking over the world.
There is that. Yeah, I mean, he has got Ono League in his pocket.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and some people say that he's been bribing people to knock the owls out, but now he's convinced they can't win anything, so he's stopped the bribes.
So he's just stopped bribing now. Yeah,
it sounds legit, and he would probably admit it if you asked him.
He'd probably admit to actually doing it himself. Yeah,
he would. Yeah.
So we're doing things a bit backwards. So we're looking at the scores first. So let's look at week 5, which is this week. These matches have literally just been played.
Yep.
So Romantic Necros versus Necro World. Necro World again has won.
Yeah, that's it, 2-0. Though Necro World lost a player to death who died, and has a player out injured for next match, which I'm incredibly pleased about because I play Necro World next week.
Yes, you do. Yes, so that's 2 players down for them. Yeah. So from what I heard, very good match.
That's it.
So let's talk about your match against DJ. You lost.
Yes, it was very close though. I mean, to be honest, most of the way through it, I looked ahead. I was 1-0, if I remember rightly. Then it went 1-1, and I was about to score again, and it all went pear-shaped really badly. And then DJ eventually got through to score right at the end of the match. So even though the score shows 2-1, it could have been 2-1 the other way so very, very easily. It was a last-minute change in the game.
Unfortunately, I missed the match, but from what I've heard, it was very, very awesome.
Well, that's it. And as DJ always says when he plays against me, it's never an easy win if he wins, because I make him work for it. He has to get the old brain cogs going. So that's
you do make people think. Every time I play you, I have to think.
Yeah, it's because I change up my tactics.
Well, being a human team, you can do that.
Because that's the one thing that humans do. You have to change for every situation and every match. So although they're easy to play, they're not easy to master.
Precisely. Jack of all trades, master of none.
Exactly.
So Desran had his bye week this week, so that means he didn't have a game. But however, there was a friendly match that Desran did this week.
Yeah.
With me, with the Powder Monkeys.
Which were a human team, I believe.
They are a human team, yes. They're only in the Ono ladder, which is fine by me. Actually drew that game, 2-2. So you won't see that here, but there you go. Go check his channel out. Yeah. Have a look at it. Very good match. Speaking of draws.
Yeah, actually,
I drew.
That's right. The Sherwood Owls were against the Future Handbags. Remember, the Future Handbags are the only team to have beaten Necro World, and they beat them 3-0. So it shows you how tough the Handbags are. The Sherwood Owls have lost every single match up until this week, and he drew against the Handbags and looked like he could have won it. In fact, he should have won it, except for one problem.
It was
raining, which means
it was pissing it down.
Yeah, which means pickups and passing and catching are a lot harder. Yet to get a draw against the Handbags in the rain is a major victory. And what's more,
the Curse of One's gone.
The Curse of One's gone. But what's more impressive is one of the big guys, because they have some big guys, the old Handbags do.
Oh, they do. There's loads of big guys.
Yeah, I mean, the Elf's injured one.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, they had to gang up on him 3-on-1 and push him off the sideline, but they got him injured.
Oh, yeah, we totally kicked him off the edge,
yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, but that's probably the only way you were ever going to injure him, to be honest.
I mean, to be fair, though, it only takes 2 L's to get a dice on a Saurus.
Yeah.
So, I think it couldn't have gone better, personally. If it wasn't raining, that'd be good. But it was the Curse of Ones has gone.
That's it.
I do believe, however, that some others have got the Curse of Ones.
Yes, it has been going on. Yeah.
It's possible Desran has it now.
Yeah.
During the friendly match, he was failing some very good rolls, so it's possible that he has now the Curse of Ones. So, moving on. Let's talk about teams. As I talk to every coach, I talk about their thoughts on the teams.
That's a good
of
one.
The Ono Throw Down. So, Volcanic Bulls.
Well, I was going to say the bye-week nights. They've lost every match they've played. they still have a value of 1,000, so good for them.
They're doing better than the Owls, that's for sure.
Well, no, you're above them in the thing. Now you've got a draw. Right, so the Volcanic Bulls, DJ.
Volcanic Bulls, 13 players. Has a level 3 player who's a Hobgobbo. In fact, most of his level 2 players are Hobgobbos, but he does have a couple of Bull Centaurs who are level 2.
Oh, those guys, they both leveled up in the match against me. Where you see that extra agility on that one, extra movement, I mean, that came from the match against me. But you may notice 3 players are injured at the moment. Because I actually did put hurting on them.
Oh, good. So that was you doing that. Marvellous. Well done. So what's your thoughts on DJ?
As always, a very high-level coach. I mean, he's a level 20 coach for a start, which I think gives you a little bit of an idea of what he's like. I mean, the amount of hours he's put in the game. He is an exceptionally good coach.
He's played a lot of NPC matches.
And he is incredibly hard to play against. And if you can make him work for a win, you've done well, and if you beat him, even better.
But I mean, I'm still grateful to the pity touchdown he gave me.
I know. Yeah. I mean, to have him on the ropes last time, enough that he was worried, was quite incredible. But Nuffle favoured him, and he got that last score. So, well played to him. He played well, as always. Very, very good player.
Very amazing player, and was the biggest threat in the previous tournament. So,
that's right.
Talking about threats to the tournament, Necro World.
Oh, yeah.
New guy.
Yeah, I must admit, I was just going to say one last thing on DJ, is when you go to play against him you don't expect to win.
No, you never expect to win, but sometimes you do.
Yeah. Now, Necro World.
Yes, I see the injury there.
Yeah, for everybody except for Burlyman and myself, he was an unknown quantity. Dr. Animal was, because nobody else really knew him. I mean, Burlyman and myself have known Dr. Animal a very long time. A very good friend of ours, and he lives next door to me in real life. Yeah. So it's like I know him very, very well, and we game together a lot. So
we sort of have an advantage when it comes to anime.
Yeah, that's it. And the other thing is when it's sort of like coming into the league, they're like, newbie, and it's like,
and he's like trouncing over everybody.
And he's now top of the league.
He is top of the league. He has 7 coach assistants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and 5 cheerleaders.
I bet he gets a lot of rerolls.
Oh yeah. But he has only got 1 team reroll.
That's true.
Yeah, so but he picks them up the other way, and that makes a big difference in a game. It really does.
It really does. It really, really does. It's like his only weakness really is that reroll. But he's doing really, really well. Not the highest team value.
No.
Funnily enough. In fact, your team, Snowdogs, is actually higher.
Yeah, that's it.
Snowdogs.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, interestingly, hello. Yeah, he's replaced. No, he had. I was just trying to. Yeah, he's replaced the guy who died. He's bought an extra zombie, so that's good because he has 2 players who don't have block now. Because if you look through, all bar 4 players are level 2. So 4, 6, 7 players are level 2, and he's added block onto all of them. So I mean, a flesh golem with block and 2 werewolves with block, which they don't have a standard. Very terrifying. So they're going to be a tough match for me.
What I'm really worried about is the ghouls. They've got the magic block and dodge combo.
Yeah.
Being someone who has war dancers, that is a very nice little touch.
Oh yeah, yeah, they do worry me considerably. So now
let's talk about your team then. So let's talk about Tiny the Ogre.
Yeah, Tiny.
Not the best career ever.
Well, not the best.
Keeps getting hit down at the beginning.
Yeah, he's been off injured twice now on the first hit of the match, which is not good. Though he's redeemed himself in the last match, though, because he actually took a guy down and got 2 points for it.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's his first SPP.
Beautiful.
So he did good.
So I noticed you have 2 level 3 players, Neil Piet and Tillian.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
which is good. Apart from, I only have 1 level 2 player.
Yeah, I did notice that you're not very leveled up.
No, but you may notice the unusual thing is that it's my blitzers who are the ones leveling up the quickest, and that is because you may notice the unusual thing that I do not have any catchers in my team, which is
is a bit odd for you.
Yeah, but there's a reason for that. I'm trying out a thing where the thing is, if you've got catchers, they are amazing. I mean, and they tend to score all the touchdowns for the humans, all of them, and that means they'll take all the SPP and level up incredibly fast. So what I decided to do in this match was to go through without the catchers and then bring them in at a later stage if I can afford to, and this way I would have linemen and blitzers level up quickly in comparison. So it is a plan for the long term. George,
that seems to be working well.
Yeah, George Haribo, he's the level 2 player. I added pro reroll because even though I have 3 team rerolls initially, it's always good to have that still has it. Yeah, Tyrion Hunter. Now Tyrion, he's
got a bit of history at the moment, isn't he?
Well, yeah, he asked me, "Can I be in your team?" And I said, "Sure you can." I said, "What role would you like?" And he said, "I'd like to be a blitzer, please." And I said, "Sure." I put him in there. He has been, believe it or not, even though he's a level 3 player, and we've only played 4 matches, he's actually missed 1 game due to injury.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
I mean, he's scored. Actually, I wonder if I can find his stats.
Shout out to Tyrion.
Statistics. Here we go. He's been MVP twice.
Nice.
He's had 2 successful catches, 1 successful interception.
Nice.
2 touchdowns, and he's inflicted an injury on someone.
I mean, what more can you ask for from a player?
That's it. Although he's been injured himself twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he.
I think one of the elves knocked him down, didn't they?
That's right. Yeah. So to see him in the position he is as a level 3 player is quite astounding.
Oh, it is.
And I went for the pro reroll for him, which has been invaluable. But also this time, when he leveled up this week, I thought, what shall I go for? Well, one of the things he does a lot is he picks up the ball, and he'll often pass it as a second thrower as well. So with that, I picked up sure hands the same way as a thrower would have it. So that means if he's down towards the end zone, he's got more chance of picking it up, especially if he's near a tackle zone or something. So I thought that will improve his ability to do it.
And get him more SPP.
That's it, yeah. The thrower's worth mentioning, even though he's only a level one. But I combined two famous quarterbacks' names, as in Dan Marino and Brett Favre, and made Dan Favre. So just by name alone, he's got to be awesome.
He has had to be mentioned.
Yeah, that's right. And then my other level 3 is Neil Peart.
Neil Peart, yeah.
I mean, he's a lineman, but he's incredibly useful. He has an agility of 4, which means that he can even dodge elves. You know.
Yeah, he has the same agility as an elf.
Yeah, which is very good. And he also has block now as well, which I added after the last match. A combination of Tyrion Hunter, who props up the left wing, and Neil Peart on the right wing. That means there are 2 guys who are good at scoring.
Yes.
You
always need your options open when you're playing the passing game.
That's it. Yeah, and Neil Peart has scored 3 touchdowns, the same as Tyrion. And he's also made 2 passes. So it just shows how good he's been doing. So yeah, that's the Snowdogs.
So they're doing very, very well.
Although in looking at the leaderboard, they're not doing as well as you would imagine. They're set up to do well in the finals,
which is important because the next round is the knockout round, and that's when things really start getting really tense.
Well, that's it, and that's what I was aiming for because I was playing the long game all along. Yeah.
So, Overlord's Army.
Yes, that's right. Yes,
Disgusting
13 players.
Absolutely disgusting.
He's got a lot of injuries though. 3 players badly injured at the moment. I mean,
one of them is a Nurgle warrior that's got injured.
That's right, and his armor value's down to 8, which is
not good.
No, but I mean, Bloat the Rotter, who's a level 1. I mean, it's all level 1 players badly injured, but the Rotter Bloat, number 8, his movement is down to 4. But Decay the Rotter, who's number 9, he's worse off. Not only is his movement allowance down to 4, his armor value's down to 7.
I remember talking to DZ about it. Apparently, that injury, the double injury, was from 1 match.
Wow.
Apparently, that's a thing with Decay. Rotters, they get double injuries.
Oh, that's right, they do. Yeah, and they fall to pieces, literally.
Yeah, literally fall to pieces.
On the other hand, they are incredibly cheap.
Yeah, and DZ does not care about them at all. They're literally just a filler.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what else can we really say? Champion of the previous tournament.
Yeah, beat me in the final.
Yeah, it was a bloody good match as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be honest, in the last league, I played the long game in that as well. And I started off lots of draws and losses and ended up in the final.
So I'm expected to see that happen again.
Wow, I wouldn't say the final, but I'm hoping for the semis. Yeah.
Well, we'll find out. So, the clowns, Sherwood Owls.
Oh, right, hang on. The Sherwood Owls. Yes. I mean, Sherwood Owls, I mean, there's something I can say about them. Nuffle has been unfavourable towards them up until the second half of the match we had, as mentioned before, last week. Since then, their luck has changed totally. But looking at the team, my God, I mean, you've got holes in it everywhere.
Yep, literally holes. I've had how many deaths now? About 4 or 5 deaths in the team.
Well, we can actually find out. Yeah, let's see. You've inflicted 1 kill. Here you go. You've had 2 players die, and you've had 54 players injured.
Yep. I like how it says 2 deaths sustained. That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's a lie because I've actually replaced a player.
Ah, yeah, but you inflicted 1 kill and you've inflicted 4 injuries. Oh, you actually inflicted, no, right, 4 casualties inflicted, but you've inflicted 24 injuries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they've actually done some fighting. In fact, the week 5 match, they did a lot of fighting. And they actually stood up against lizards. So
I know, yeah, an injuring one. Yeah, but the Owls, although they've only got 8 guys they can field in the next match, and one who's not in as level 2 lineman, who's got the extra agility of agility 5 on an Elf is scary, you know. But next week's your bye week, so that would mean then by the time you actually get back to play, he will be back in, and you'll be fielding 9 players again.
We'll get some decent levels, hopefully.
That's it. I mean, your lineman, Gifford, or however you say it, number 4, who's level
Gifford,
2.
Yeah,
his movement allowance of 8 makes him like a Skaven gutter runner.
Nah, not quite.
Not quite? Are they 9?
One short, yeah.
That is really good, though.
It's really close. He's been very useful to me.
You have 3 players who've got statistics down, though.
Yep.
Yeah, one of them with a strength 2.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to die, isn't he?
Nah, he's alright. I mean, if it's strength or armor related, I'm perfectly fine with that. If it's like agility based, then they might get fired.
Well, that's it. I mean, apart from Nuffle hating you, there's been a couple of other issues that have really brought the Owls down badly. One is the fact there was no apothecary, but this week they bought an apothecary in.
Yes, I actually had enough money to buy it. I didn't roll a 1 for the winnings.
Exactly. Yeah. Also, the other thing is team reroll, which he couldn't afford. But this week he's employed a couple of coaching assistants, which means he's got more chance of winning rerolls now on a kickoff.
After playing with amazingly bad luck, I've learnt that winning the brilliant coaching or cheering fans is really, really important.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and looking at your level ups, because of having so many losses and not many touchdowns, you haven't leveled up much, and you've only got 3 level 2 players. I believe you've had a level 2 player killed in the past.
Yeah, I've had a level 2 player killed. He was the first death, actually. It's tragic. It was awful. I didn't like it.
No.
I think the most recent death was a war dancer, actually, and that's because he tripped and died.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was harsh. But
anyway, let's move on.
Noticing your lineman there, number 11, Zahane, he's actually got the dodge ability now, which will make him quite useful.
Yes, it was actually very useful for this match, actually, for the future handbags. So, speaking of future handbags, that's who's next.
Yeah,
the lizards.
Oh yeah, let's go and have a look at the lizard men. I mean, future handbags. I mean, most of us really didn't have much idea of the lizards, except that we knew they were tough with fast little buggers as well with skinks.
Yes. I've always had trouble with lizard men.
Yeah, well, to be honest, they are very tough. So the draw this time is exceptional.
Oh yeah.
And they're all from their stadium of Sesame Street.
Apparently, yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Elmo is scary. I'm just saying, Elmo is absolutely.
Oh
terrifying.
the Croxigal. Yeah, he is awful, and he's level 2.
I
just see what his extra ability is. Break tackle. Yeah, that's quite useful. You can break tackle. I mean, you've got Zoe the Skink has got extra movement. She's got movement of 9.
Now that's a gutter runner.
Yeah,
that's gutter runner speed.
Yeah.
It's not good. In fact, Zoe scared me in the match.
That's it. Skinks are scary. Very fast. Yeah, I mean, count the count. He's leveled up level 2, and he's got the sprint ability, which is useful for a skink.
Yes, it is.
And then you've got Guy Smiley and Random Guest Star. They both have sure feet, which means...
let's just have a look at these names. I mean...
yeah. Cookie Monster the Saurus, he's a very interesting player. I mean, he's leveled up and he's got sure hands. I think, is that sure hands? Let me double check. No, it's break tackle. He has break tackle. That's okay. He can use his strength instead of agility when he fails to dodge. And Bin's' strength is very good for him. Yeah, Bin's agility is 1, his strength is 4. That is actually very, very useful for a Saurus.
It's a little bit better.
Yeah, so that means he can run away. Oscar the Grouch, he's got block. And all the other players, they're all level 1.
It's all very neat and tidy, isn't it?
Yeah.
As well.
But the thing is with the skinks, their advantage is, even though they're incredibly squishy, I mean, their strength is 2, armor value 7, so they're squishy.
Yeah.
They have dodge and stunty, which means that they can avoid a lot when they're trying to run through gaps. I noticed playing against the elves, there was, I think it was actually Big Bird himself, who is one of the little skinks, did this, and stunty and dodge were both used on the same dice roll, and he still got through. So
the only problem with the going against the elves, though, 2 dice with 1 elf.
Exactly. So future handbag, future handbags, awesome, very very good.
Awesome team.
Yeah.
Last team, Romantic Necros.
Yes, and they had a very tough match this week, and they now have a gap in the side, but they still have 12 players. So
and still no ghouls.
Well, they did have a ghoul though.
No, they do have a ghoul.
Yeah, I knew they had bought one. Yeah.
Goulash.
Yeah.
Really goulash.
Yeah, that's it. I like It's a Flesh Wound.
I like how he's named one of the zombies after you.
Yeah, but that's because that was one of my players.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was my player, and he died. Yeah, so he now plays for him.
So I mean, what do you think of the L play as a?
I mean, he's a level 3 coach. He's not doing too bad. His team. Let's see what we got. He's got a level 3 player.
Yeah. And
he's got 4 level 2s, which is not bad.
Can't complain.
No, I mean his werewolf Harry Mary. Real name has got sprint and jump up, which are both very, very useful on a werewolf.
On a werewolf, definitely.
Yeah, because they work well for scoring as well as ghouls, because they're kind of like the runners, if you like.
Yeah, they're sort of like war dancers in the sense that they can attack and they're speedy, yes.
Yeah, and I mean, when you put a block on a werewolf, they become dangerous, I tell you.
Block and dodge. Yeah. Block and dodge.
Yeah, so no, they're a good team. They're a good team. But they've had their trials. But yeah, looking at the leaderboard this week is interesting.
Yes, let's go over to the leaderboard.
Yeah, I mean, shall we start at the bottom?
Yeah, bi-week nights.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
you're
number 7.
You're actually legitimately ahead of them for once.
I have been legitimately ahead of them the entire time. I've never been last place thanks to the bi-week nights.
Yeah, that's it. You would have
been
hold to that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but you had the same amount of losses as them until this week when you got your draw. Looking at my one, I mean, a lot of people who looked at my team have been surprised to see how low I am down in the charts, because 1 win, 2 draws and 2 losses. But like I say, I'm playing the long game.
You are playing the long game, and it's coming up to the point where it's going to be playing off in your favour.
Hopefully. Yeah, which shows Outplate is just ahead of me because he's got 1 extra draw than I have.
Yes.
Which is good for him.
So DZ is still at 4.
That's it. Yeah, DZ actually, that's interesting because I mean I have the same amount of draws as him, but he has the extra win over me. So that puts him up there. So it shows how close the whole thing is between most of us in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
And then you've got Red Tone up at number 3, 3 wins and 2 losses, the same as DJ. And being as we know how tough DJ is, and for Red Tone to be in that position, that just shows how good the handbags are.
Yeah, he's doing a lot better than his dwarf team.
But dwarfs are not his thing. Handbags are.
Really weren't. Yeah, they really weren't his cup of tea. So yeah, number 1, Necro World. Yeah,
that's it.
But the team value was very low.
Yeah, well, that's because there was 2 of them went out in this match. An injury and a death, you see. So that's quite a lot off. So it's actually, I wouldn't actually go by that too much. No. Even though it's lower than mine, because although with the humans they can get deaths and injuries, they seem to pick up less than most teams for some reason. I don't know why.
I think that's just sheer coincidence, I think.
Or it could be because I have to adapt to other teams and the way they play, because if I'm playing against dwarfs, I act like an elf. If I'm playing against elves, I act like a dwarf. Yeah. Well, except I don't, because I don't use the cage very much. I don't like using the cage. If I do...
I prefer the elven cage.
Okay, and how's that?
Well, the elven cage is, rather than you form a nice square around whomever, you actually kind of stagger it out. You keep one step away from everyone, so it's more like you're opening up pathways of tackle zones, like a maze.
Yeah. That if I do a cage, that is more the style I use.
Oh yeah.
But I usually do a semi-cage. I don't usually cover the back. But if I do form a cage, it's usually around the opponent's full power player.
Yeah.
Which is quite effective, and I like it when other teams create a cage, especially a close cage, because if you go in from the right angle and you push them back, you can actually push the ball holder out of the cage.
I love that. And
I quite like it when I see it. Although, having said that, Red Tone with his Lizardman, he is very good with the cage. He's one of the few players I've seen can actually use it really well.
Indeed. I managed to stop him in the game, though. I had a whole entire 8 turns.
Wow.
He did not move.
I know, that's amazing. Because when you're against a team with strong players, that's what you've got to go for. And the other thing is, there was no way he was going to try and throw the ball out because you've intercepted being else.
Yeah, easily. Right, so let's look at the schedule for week 6.
Oh yeah, schedule. Yeah, week 6.
Romantic Negros against the Future Handbags.
I would tip the Handbags on that simply because they're just such a strong team.
Yeah, my money's on the Handbags as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were the only team that beat Dr. Anima's Necro team, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, and with that, and I think the Handbag, I think the Lizardmen have an advantage over Necro.
They certainly do. Yeah. I think they do. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a very good win this week. I predict you're going to win 2-0 against the bye week. Against the bye week.
A lovely week off.
Yeah, and your first win.
Yeah. I need it, I tell you. So Overlord's Army, Volcanic Bulls, DJ versus DZ.
I'm going to say DJ for the win on that one.
I'm going to put money on the Dizzles. I think the Dizzles is going to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be close. I would like to see both of them win because they're both good. But you can't have 2 winners. So, having said that, maybe a draw.
Yeah,
maybe
I
a
can
draw.
see a draw happening. Yeah, definitely.
Then we've got a really tricky match: the Snowdogs versus Necroworld.
Yes.
Necroworld are at the top. I'm down at 6, and the Devil Wizard. And my doggy's growling. It's all right. I think she hears something outside. Bless her.
Oh, bless her.
Anyway,
so you got John.
Yeah, I mean he's top of the league, but he is down to one player now because he's repurchased one. I said dog barking. There we go. That being the case, I mean I've got a guy who's out, which is one of my top blitzers with John Leninsky out, but I still will have a full team on the pitch, no journeyman, and I will have a sub. So
I think if I'm a betting person, which I'm not, well, kinda, I would put my money on you.
Really?
To win. I would actually put you to win.
I would, to be honest, facing up against Necroworld, knowing what John's like, it's going to be a challenge. I don't see it as being easy.
It is not going to be an easy win.
By
no means.
I mean, if I don't lose anybody to death or injury, I will be amazed. Regardless of score, I could see Necroworld winning. I mean, going in against Dr. Anima, I'm feeling incredibly nervous about it. And to be honest, I feel about as nervous as I would do going in against DJ, to be honest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Although I do have... Well, I mean, his flesh golems, they are terrifying because they just smack the crap out of everybody.
Yes.
His werewolves, especially now they have block, those guys are going to be awful to play against. I mean, really, the things which are going to make a difference to me is if the weather's good, if I have...
let's see if... Hopefully the weather's going to be playing in your favour, actually.
Yeah, because the throwing game is what I can use against Necros.
Yes.
Which I can't so much use against... if it's raining. The fight, the sort of punching game... I'm not going to really be able to use against most of his players. I can hit squishies like zombies or...
To be fair, though, Anima would love it if he did that because he has the patented tactic of smack the players with the ball.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's right. Well, it's got spikes on it, so it's actually a very good weapon.
Well,
I mean, I've played him before and I've won some matches against him. I've lost some against him. But he's a very, very good player, no doubt about it. And the other problem is, for years and years and years,
Yeah.
Dr. Anna and myself, we have regular sessions where we game with each other all
That's
the time. I mean, for the last few years, we've been gaming 3 nights a week regularly, minimum. And
So he knows how you think.
That's right, he does. But I also know how he thinks.
Yes.
So there is that advantage.
It's going to be a mind game. That's what it is.
And that's why I'm sort of thinking, like, I'm going to get hurt a lot, because I know that he will go for the kill, and he knows I will try and go for the score. So it will be an interesting match. I look forward to it greatly, actually.
Oh, it's going to be good. So we're running out of time. So have you got any final comments or smack talk for
Yes,
your next opponent?
Smack talk, no, because he's coming round to visit me at home tomorrow. And he could literally smack me.
Well, fair enough. We'll leave it on that note. So we'll catch you guys after the break, where we'll be talking about the current assault by the Dark Elves on the island of Ulfwan. So stick around and we'll see you soon.